Et ça repart pour un petit 1 heure à peu près. Jill qui est dans la chambre. Ma chest.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
It's almost time.
Là, c'est side quest Palooza. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. C'est bon, il y en a 7 juste ici. Faut regarder ailleurs sans moi au map.
Something tells me this...
Je vais te prioriser. Donc c'est pas long. Iron.
Clive, my Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved.
I would have done the same for it.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But
From what little I saw, you were...
I suppose I should. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many, but in my estimation, there are 2 key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain, and yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. In short, if Storm does not stand together...
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn... Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of pride, but I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen...
I thought he was
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of... And as luck would have it,
Of course, yeah.
And he's agreed to help. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid... I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed... You don't mind, do you?
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, I'll leave for Randall. Would you send a stoat?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dhalmekian capital.
Excellent.
No.
L'histoire de sa sidequest est quand même très sick.
Say what you will. Lady Karen has seen us.
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clapped their iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want my iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he was looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
Where to then, Torgal?
Tellement un good boy.
Miss Shirley says your books made quite an impression.
What do you think happened to Miss Middleton?
Sid, you have to help us.
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No. Well, yes. But that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Middledal. She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stoneir.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battle.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? Don't listen to her. Even...
But who's gonna put Miss Middledal back?
Why don't I...
You do that. She's in her...
Don't scare her.
Thanks for the warning. Mid, if you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will.
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. Is this really so important?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm.
But what if she weren't bound to the waves?
What if she weren't bound? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so the Fallen had their chance. But they relied too much, but not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First hand.
And is that a one?
Are you volunteering? But if a godfather's offering to lend, first I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Mollis. Then I'll need some bone, or shell.
If it's beast bones you're after.
No, they'll know where you might find some.
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet? Not exactly.
Oh, que je suis jamais monté ici.
So there's a new mother. Fussing over it won't see the hens fed.
Do you suppose it's magic?
One moment you think you've freed the realm from her fate. The next, a darker one rears up to replace it. What awaits us when we finally attain release? True freedom.
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid.
Of course.
It is an honor to finally... My name is Herman. I wish to be...
No. I will not send good men and women to risk. Why would you want to go?
I need to retrieve something. I was raised, or rather, it was not a place of nurture. It exists. We were tortured. Until and few ever survived long enough.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. But they must be remembered. The Institute was run with military precision.
You were a good friend, but the fact remains that Ash is...
Sid,
too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Bad Bach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't...
You can start by telling me where I'll find...
Vida Grace.
All right.
May the mother...
It's the little monster hunt. Monster hunt.
Vivian, and I'll be happy to help you find the book you...
Thank you, Cla. But,
Please, it's only right that...
You are too... Alas. I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he... But...
If you say so.
Forgive it, this book. It set me on the path to be...
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, haven't you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project.
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better.
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamant...
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of it, but don't expect to make quick work.
I'll keep that in mind.
Sid, I was...
It depends what...
A bearer, but recently freed from... As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test...
I don't mind.
Because our ranks are filled with men and women capable of scouting. We're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so... And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the...
No time like the present.
cette quest-là. Ah, cool.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. And something else. Records from a Waluda
How did she come?
finding bearers, and it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. And even better for her. Bearers with no one to look after them.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated, but...
Sid, I'd like to believe that, and while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in there.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to...
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, and we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many...
Thank you, Sid. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. The gifted thought of him held captive.
He must be very...
He was.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison... We should head there as quickly as we can.
As do I.
Ça va être une nice side quest aussi.
Ah, Clive.
Joshua, what's wrong?
I've received word from Cyril.
His will?
In the crypt, beneath, after Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Dutch, and in the process of doing so...
I'm surprised anything.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience.
Of course.
Shit.
I want to know what's in that.
Very well.
All right, Torgal. I'm going to need a little bit more than that. Do you have a better... Unless... You've already given me one. Why don't we try the rook? To Port Isolde, fingers crossed the old Mort... Harpocrates. I've been charged with locating...
And you seek out one whose name I have...
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much.
And yet I gather it didn't. Clive, if the young... I fear she asks the impossible.
The Executor?
Coveters of a clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks. Chronicling a tale which could overturn the established or so rumor has it.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why? Secrecy is the Executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the Executors, yes.
But what drives them?
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the Executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
And my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Not from thin air, no. Rumors of the Executors are rife, but rather less so. I had a friend. Alas, I have heard naught, but though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance, if you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's...
Very well. I'll be sure to pay go.
Les histoires sont débiles, man, les side quests. Dude.
Lazare might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
I'm nervous.
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate.
You'll sir.
Please, just Sid.
Oh, of course. The sergeant says you'll be evaluated
To become a scout, yes. You are a...
I am. But I swore I'd face him. Just like the man who...
Who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do, and I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be...
You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusion.
So...
You haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me. Ready, go?
Je donne une longueur d'avance, mais moi je cours pas après. Non. Je t'en monte dessus.
All right. These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run!
If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
Il y a des nouveaux contrôles apparemment. Je pense un petit peu. On va me charger. On va me détruire. Quand même. C'était quand même pas famoso en Tetsuken dessus, là, quand même.
Ember, are you... gone?
C'est just pas ça. C'est différent que je marche ça. On s'en fout de ça. Est-ce que mon truc bouge pas? C'est ça. Pardon.
I didn't expect you back. Where is Ember?
He must have fled. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his... He was nowhere to be seen.
I knew the boy had a nervous streak.
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Eh? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you there, Nazaire. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to...
Of course. Don't you leave my...
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy... decision.
A fortress?
The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the market.
I would speak with this Duke.
Saw the captain just now. Your town needs you.
Et pas les putes, c'est les courtisans.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put the town was left all but unguarded. And though my dear boys have been so I was wondering if you would lend them your strength.
Of course.
Thank you, Clive. Philippe told me he...
Where can I find the mistress of the...
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount. I wish to speak to you about...
Very well. I trust you'll forgive...
Absolutely.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in Indeed, for continuing to argue again, yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. He must be made to face the...
And who?
I would. Myself and several... Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him...
Does that not seem a trifle...
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make But he is wrong. It is not the people... Scornful of the opinions of anyone, but he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over... We must...
Fight him. No. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our... While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the...
False hope. But I see that your mind is made up. If you will extend me the same courtesy. I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunate, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. This is all about her.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans, but perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market if you...
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you.
faire ça. Ça me semble ça, celle-là,
Your town needs you.
un hunt.
What does the dame have to say about it? So you are content to abandon... Please, if you were a true son of North...
That's exactly what I... or trying to, at least.
Even when our true... Fine. Thank you so much.
Ok, t'annonces, là.
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like...
She made an uninvited appearance, hoping to convince the Dane.
I bet that. Anyway.
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, right, as always. We've had some reports, you see.
They're back.
Seems that way. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but...
Right.
You know Grieger's Weep?
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings.
Bon, on va aller voir ça. Me permettre de poser. Les Akashic.
Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town. You're finished. Call that a test, Ultima?
Clive, it's me. You all right?
I am. I dispatched the few that I...
Well, there's something. But what were they doing south of town? We might be able to fend off an attack from one side.
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go and have a look. You head back to Northreach. I want you there just in case war breaks out while I'm...
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working, stirring up ill feeling towards her father. But she'll have her marching on the barracks if we're not...
What? I'll do what I can to... Be careful out there.
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One sniff of those things and I'm running back to towns.
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. And now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sanbreque, just as Great Griga wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore! You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla.
Pardon?
Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a Brandit.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Griga.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order!
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But she is but a common...
whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell. The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale. We'll see to them there.
Thank you, milady. I will.
I'll play my part too. You still want for numbers. Unlike the enemy. I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the lake were the last of their number.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Oriflamme. I've fought a few of these things. And while I can't promise to hold them all back, I should be able to thin the herd.
All right. But take care.
Thank you. Both of you.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame.
Je vais le défendre, Northreach. Je suis prêt.
So many of them.
Not for long. Just begun. You're finished. That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
Clive.
And you, the road to Oriflamme. How did you and your men?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. I thank you both.
You were right, and I was wrong. I had thought that without a strong, they would drift apart. But you, not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess, but by simply being one of them.
Our purpose was ever this. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory.
As did you. His radiance said it himself. I forgot that.
I'm sorry too. I should never have taken I only wanted you to understand how I felt.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. I should have listened to you.
Your Eminence, your ladyship. But I believe the same could be said. We all want safety, security, prosperity, and we may yet achieve it. Will you join us in the...
Yes.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's door, and today there are more than...
Madame Isabel is a rare soul indeed. In these dark times, I see that it is not men like...
You're right. If only I'd listened.
Forgive me for saying so, milady. The dame said it herself. And that goes for you. You're one of us now.
One of you.
Well said, Captain.
Well, I should see if Isabel needs any help moving the wounded.
Can we get you anything?
There's no need to worry any longer.
I saw several soldiers being carried to the Vale.
How goes the treatment of... I'll be happy to, ma'am. Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, but I sense you would rather... For you, madame, I have all the time in the...
Very well. I was Carla then. So sought after was I that it was only they who could have... Lass. Those halcyon days. For naive as I fell in love with her, but he was my master's guard. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me, and so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless, until we found ourselves here. It was the Vale that took us in, that fed us. Those that could be healed, at least.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived, but at least we were able to share a few moments of peace. It was the greatest gift I have. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through, though I was still a stranger to them. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me, that I would repay.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
Perhaps that is why I have never stopped fighting, and I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep North. The people, the soldiers, all united in defense of this town. And what of you? Can we count on your support?
Always.
C'est bon, l'histoire, les side quests. C'est bon,
You should have seen.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back.
Yes. Welcome back. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping, but from what I hear...
No. Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on.
Indeed it is. Thank you for you. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a... All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching...
Wait, Sergeant. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a sec... After all.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade. But a scout's nose is different. We've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conk and a half. Wouldn't do to waste him.
Fine.
I'll do whatever. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the...
Couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so. Well, chance would be a fun.
Forgive me, Sid. This...
But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Remember that.
I will, Sid.
Head of the Splendid Heart, the Grim Reaper. Intense Gate. Fuck it. Non, qui est vraiment pas loin de Northreach. Jonah Harbor. Right, look.
And how might I help the garrison today?
Haven't seen any of those beastly blue eyes. Do be careful.
I will.
Good girl.
Something's really doesn't.
Someone's brave.
There he is.
Straight home now.
Prince of Death.
Not another one.
Too slow. Be light!
Nice try.
Darksteel. Let's go. Je m'en vais aux toilettes puis on craft ça. On va crafter le tout de suite. On va venir prendre le 5 quest après. Tu regardes. Hello.
So, what'll it be?
Go tell it on me at home.
Last you a good while. Anything else?
Nice. Qu'il est l'autre? Notorious Mark. Knight of the Splendid Heart. C'est un autre rich coup de Yellow.
And how might I help the garrison today?
No, esta cosa yo para.
Haven't seen any of those beastly blue eyes.
Precis från det fronten. Okej, vad är verkligen framerate kanske redan? No. Så man kan så.
Do be careful.
I will.
Remember.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Gå till Tamirum. Sons of Uroboros. Vi ser det som ett Uroboros. Skjuta i. It's not fight. Stone. Bemöter lite sån först. Ja. Vad blir det bättre? Jag inte verkligen. Light of a splendid heart.
You're the outlaw! The one who drove his highness to madness on your knees!
What? He hasn't heard. And he doesn't look like he's willing to listen.
Likely your death will serve!
Nice try.
Share my pain!
I needed that.
It's all your fault! Even your light!
Oh non,
Too slow. Nice try.
Damn it. Dion would have been glad to have you back at his side.
Still alive, are you? What, you still here? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Ah, you alright?
Something troubling.
It's just... Eda's babe.
I'm sure she'd like...
Back in the north. Families... I'll let the little...
So?
Well, the problem is that Eda's due any...
Is there anything... All right, then.
A good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. There's not lucky in all the realm. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but...
Only the big day is fast approaching.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around...
Well, there's no shortage of those, but I think I might make that my first port of call.
You're a good...
Good quest. Je vais aller ramasser mon renown.
How may I help you today, Clive?
J'en ai quoi là? Genji gloves. On va voir c'est quoi.
Here you are. Come again.
J'augmente tous mes dégâts de 5%. Je devine ça, je garde ça. Ça, j'enlève ça. Je booste le dégât de ça seulement de 10%, mais là je booste le dégât de tout ça de 5%. C'est bon. Les deux là, je vais jamais les enlever. C'est pourquoi je voulais 3000. Ça me prend 6000. Je sais pas pourquoi j'ai 3000. Bon, ça va être tout. Bye bye.